Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Jurassic RimWorld Let's Play. So, in the last episode we had quite the mess go down in our hospital where some manhunter gallimimuses broke in and nearly killed Elijah. So, Elijah's resting, two of the gallimimuses are resting. We got one male and one female, and it's been a long time since I've recorded last. The last batch I did was like 5 episodes, and then I didn't record this for a month. So, I remember that much. But I was checking right before I sat down to record, and it looks like they did in fact join us. So, they're both now members of Triassic Town. We can slaughter them, so that's great. It means when they're healthy, we can ride them around. And we had talked in the comments about sort of making them into battle mounts. I think I'd still prefer velociraptors or some variation of raptor for that purpose, because they'll be a little bit more deadly in combat if they have to engage directly. But these are still great mounts that we can ride around the base or something, and until we have velociraptors, they'll fill that role too. We need to clean this mess up though, that's for sure. And Z has joined us as well, so we'll get her a new name before the next episode. But let's see, what is she doing for us? She's got like this wannabe MP5. Oh, it's an MPX. It's like a newer MP5. So what is she doing, Z? Looks like we have her negotiating, which for us is sort of like entertaining guests is the big thing. And then mining. Okay, those are both helpful jobs. And because she's a misandrist, let's see. Yeah, I put her on the night shift. She is still going to be working with Woody, but there should be less interaction since she is going to be up mostly at night. Okay, so I guess let's dive on into it. We've made pretty good strides over here. This place is more or less done. We need to clean this place, though. Really need to clean things up. The quarry's down. I don't remember if that was in during the last episode. Also, I don't know why wood is being dropped over here. Let's fix that. Raw resources. No, none of this. Yeah, only metals, please. Probably not silver. No pelts, jade's fine. Gold, probably want to keep that close to us as well. There we go. So that's a little bit better. I don't know what that stuff is, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. I just don't want wood out here because wood will deteriorate. Items shouldn't be in there at all. The only item I can think of no items should be in there. Like components, maybe, because components will get mined from this, but components also deteriorate outside, and we don't want that. So manufactured, yeah, no components. And this is low priority anyway, so nothing should get stored here, at least not for long. It's more of like they take it out, they dump it here, and then it gets brought down to here, wherever is more ideal. I don't know what their version is to putting stuff in this stockpile, by the way. This is the one that's essentially meant to be a catch-all, and it most certainly is not being that right now. In fact, it's not catching much of anything. But hopefully they'll get on that at some point. Ooh, the game just kind of lagged there a little bit. How are my dinosaurs doing? Wow, you have a lot of gunshot wounds. Blood loss isn't too bad, though. You're doing a little bit better. We'll have to continue to keep an eye on that, though. Let's see. What else can we do? For the builders, I guess there's more tilled soil that we could lay down. Like, this should all be tilled soil right here. And I suppose all of this, too. Oh, we're going to need to terraform that. I don't know about this back line here. I'll have to think on that, but at least that little bit there, probably. Okay, and then we need to terraform. Where is terraform? There we go. So that needs to become soil. so that we can till it. Alright, so I'll leave them to that. Back over here, we have our comms console down. I really don't like that location for it, but it's just temporary. Also, I really need to start tearing this out. It's going to be hard because there is a mountain there. And so not only are we going to have to mine into it, but we'll have to eventually remove the overhead mountain, which we can do. It's just a pain. Because I need to get this sort of thing neared over on this side so that we can, you know, do whatever we're going to do with it. And I guess in regards to this, we'll need to probably throw down our administration building soon. The problem is it's going to be here, and then we have to move our farms yet again. So I really need to figure out what the ultimate place of our farms is going to be and kind of get them set up. I was thinking like this corner out here was going to be all food producing, or at least raw food producing, and then we can cook it wherever. But this square here was going to be, well, this rectangle was going to be the barracks and training facility, so we'll have like a small shooting range, maybe like a martial arts dojo where they can hit stuff and get better at melee combat. But I figure that was a good place for it because it's fairly central. That way, if we get attacked, they can kind of react to wherever they need to be. And then obviously I talked about one of these being sort of like a diner and the other being an arcade. And then behind those we'll have the safety bunkers in case, you know, a T-Rex gets loose or something. Or during raids, you know, they can hide out in there. Okay, there's some more of our doormats. What else do we need? I'm going to grab this tilled soil here. I'm going to put it in a few more places where I know it needs to be. So it's definitely going to run along here. And there. So that can all be tilled. I believe pretty much all of this can as well, right up to there. That doesn't look right. No, that's not right. Let's cancel a few of those. Something like that, yeah, because that needs to be the path. So I should probably throw the plans back in there. There we go. That looks better. And then we can take this and wrap it around the back a bit. Again, I don't know how far that should go. I guess it can go maybe like right up to there. Well, we'll do it up to where the stone is for now. I'll leave a little bit of space around that back door. Virgil, something tells me you'd be moving faster on foot rather than riding mariachi. I guess whatever makes them happy. They seem to really enjoy riding the animals around, even though it often doesn't appear faster. So, we've got two prisoners that are still healing. Let's look at their skills again. Tone, you were kind of industrious, but not that great at anything. He might be able to become like a doctor for us, and he's not a bad shot either. But he's not really great at any one thing, so kind of like a utility person, I suppose. But he's kind and industrious, so whatever he's doing, he's going to work hard at, and he should at least be like a positive influence on the colony. And then with Boss, he was a soldier, so he's going to be, you know, a fighter on the away team or something first and foremost. While he's at the base, we could have him maybe train up his social, watching prisoners, possibly talking to guests as well, and he can, you know, maybe hold down the night shift for the guards because he is a night owl. So I think we decided like maybe Gomez was going to be one of our prison guards, or at least sometimes fill that role. I think Boss, when he joins us, would be a good sort of similar fit, but, you know, at night versus during the day. How is Elijah doing, by the way? Just some bruises, nothing too bad. At least not anymore. Looks like our... You're not... Oh, you are Parasaur, okay. Our Parasaur and our Rhinoceros are getting along pretty well, that's good. Wayne's having a meal in Dylan's bedroom. It's a little weird. Okay. And we got our sandbags up on this side at least, so as soon as we get this one done, we'll have the 4 cardinal directions covered, and we'll at least have something to sort of hole up behind when we get into shootouts during our raids. Which, from, what was it, the last episode we had a raid? It's been a while, as I said. But, you know, we were just kind of like spread out in this area behind trees and rocks and stuff firing, and that's not ideal. So this will at least give us, you know, a little bit more fortified position, even though the cover's not necessarily any better. We've got some good guns in here too. I've just noticed that. Like, there's another MPX right there. Some of these shotguns are half decent, although we have a lot more shotguns than I would really care to have. Might have to sell some of them. And we got a lot of body armor too. Like what, 3 of these interceptor vests, and then at least 1 of these 511s. No, 2 511s. Yeah. So we got some good stuff in here. We'll have to kind of sort through and get rid of what we don't need, but some of that stuff will be useful. Let's see. You had some good gear on you too. No, you just have a whole lot of DPM clothing. Wow. That was easy. Okay, well, we've been working on him for longer than... The boss we just took prisoner. Tone has been with us for a while, so there's another character we need to name. Before he runs out there, I'm going to have him run over here, and we're going to fix his appearance a little bit. I think the only thing I want to do is change his facial hair to match his head hair. I don't remember how to do that. I think it's under hair settings. There we go. And then his brows and his eyes. I kind of like the more rounded eyes, if I'm being honest. Let's go with those. And I'm okay with those brows. Yeah, that works for me. Do we want to give him a different body type? Or do we want to just leave him skinny? Let's see. So we have thin, Hulk. No, that doesn't look right on him. Regular male. I kind of like him thin. We don't have a whole lot of... we do have plenty of character diversity. I tend to stick to the regular male and female body types because it makes them easier to distinguish. But every once in a while, having like a Hulk or a thin is nice just to mix it up. So he's going to do what? Your hauling stuff, and then you're going to go grab a flak vest. I'd rather you not wear that. We'll give you something else. Like, which one of these is in the best shape? 62%, 63. Wow, cutting it awfully close. There's also the interceptors, which are, I think, a lot heavier, but have a lot more health. Let's give him... Come wear this. It's lightweight, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue for you. And you do need a gun, so for now, equip this MPX. And we might give you something... Well, we will give him something better down the line, but that's adequate for the time being. And what else? We got some crappy knives. I guess... Well, did you have any skill for that? No, none at all. And what happened to your Molotov cocktails? Did we not salvage those? There's some Molotovs there. Anything else? No. I mean, that's still fine for a secondary. I'll have to be very careful with that. So equip that as your sidearm. Unless there was one in here that I missed. I don't see anything, no. Nope. What did he just pick up? What did you grab? What's the quality of that? I don't know, to be honest. Oh, weird. His jacket is showing over the top of his vest. Okay. Well, at least he's got some protection. It just looks funky from the side. Because it's still showing through, but the jacket is over the top of it. Okay. What are you doing now? You're wearing a different combat jacket? How about you just wear no combat jacket? Do we have an assignment for that? We do. So let's put you on herbal medicine like everybody else. And we'll set you to soldier and clear forest and see what that does for you. Have to reset his eye for a second. So he's going to take off the molly webbing he's wearing, and I think the jacket as well. Okay. Sure, that's fine. Works for me. So, we can go ahead and clear this. I forgot to check on the world map. We are not going to make that. At least I don't think so. 1.1 days. No, probably not. Well, that's a bummer. That AI core could have sold for something. We have no use for it, though, because this isn't, you know, a vanilla playthrough where we're trying to escape the planet. We're trying to set up a theme park here. Leaving is kind of not in the cards. Why is that forbidden? Anyway, that's a shame, but it's not really going to hurt us other than we could have had a bit more silver than we'll have. Boss is walking about. That's good. I'm glad he's feeling well enough to walk. You're in a lot of pain, huh? Well, you'll be alright. So what else do we have going on? Elijah's making more neutropamine, it looks like. Why is he over here doing that? Like, that should be somebody with medical skill, I thought. No, it is crafting. Huh. I kind of liked it better when Woody was doing that. I need Elijah doing other stuff. Or maybe he's only doing it because this is done? I mean, those are done. Let's see. Concrete slabs. Yeah, those have all been met as well. That's just paint. We don't have a lot of... Well, it's not done, but we have a decent amount. What about this? We've met our basic component threshold here. And we're about to meet that there. I guess we're just a little bit too efficient over here. He's run out of things to do. Why does everybody hang out in each other's bedrooms? It's just so weird. Maybe because it's considered a gathering spot? I don't know. But they love to go into other people's bedrooms. Woody, if you're just going to sit here, can you clean up some of this blood? Like, that's a lot of blood. And let's not forget about the hospital. Oh, right. So Tone needs jobs. Tone, let's see. Doctoring, I will put you to 4. I don't want you doing it unless I tell you to do it. So that should work. Animal handling isn't really necessary, and you're not that great at it. Well, it is necessary, it's just not for him, is what I mean. I think I'm going to have Tails put more focus into that. Hunting, I'll leave it at 3. Growing is fine at 3. Plant cutting is fine at 3. Smithing, I don't know about that. Like, crafting is okay. If he wants to cut stone blocks or something, that's totally fine. But I don't want him, like, trying to make a gun or something. Especially since other people should be doing it, leveling their skills. He's going to be leveling very slowly because he has no passion for anything. And I think I'll put his hauling and cleaning it too. I want him to help out with that. Especially since Ayala continues to pick up more and more responsibilities. She can't be cleaning all the time. So hopefully he will. Oh, he's going to go train a parasaur. Okay. Well, that's a thing you could also do, I guess. Right, so... I forget what we decided to work on next. I think maybe the prison is going to be our next big build project. Because this is basically done. We obviously still need to do... like the patio around it and things like that, but that's going to take a lot of time. Because it's just a matter of getting enough marble, and we still need to wrap around this whole thing. So yeah, that's tricky. We're losing wart. We're not using it fast enough. I also need a better place to store these. Can't just leave them on the ground there, but it looks like our storage for them is full over here. Why did I do that? Let's do this instead. We'll expand this zone to encompass pretty much the whole room. But we are going to need to start going on some missions to use these things up. And let's see what those missions are. So obviously that one's a no-go, unless we can pull it off in 11 hours, which it says it's going to take about 24 to get there. What do we have here? 13 days for Resurrector Mech Serum. We definitely want that. We could go for it now. Well, when they wake up anyway. And then we have Peace Talks in 23 days. I don't remember who the southeastern Hadistia. There we go. Rough Outlander Union. So that would just leave us, if we were successful, enemies with the Lyra of the Valley, who are a savage tribe, and the bandit criminals, who are a pirate band and criminals. So I don't think there's any way that we can befriend them. The tribe, probably not either. So it might be a good idea to get on better terms with them. It means more guests, more visitors, more silver. I think that's a good idea. And even if it doesn't go through, again, I think I mentioned this before, those missions I think are more lucrative than I initially took them for. People said that it's worth going even if you're not necessarily intending on making peace with that faction, because often they'll bring gifts, or you know, you can just wipe out their people that they send and take their stuff. So yeah, they can be lucrative, and it would potentially be worth doing. I need an orbital trade beacon as well. That's what I need. Let's build 2. Well, let's see if we can afford them first. Yeah, we can afford that. I'd like one in here. That'll just encompass everything that we've got stored in there. And then I think that'll work. Let's do that. And so that'll let us sell stuff right out of our stockpiles. Should be helpful. Tone, you can sleep somewhere else, man. Z's sleeping there. I don't think that'll be permanent either. What do your skills look like again? Okay. So yeah, mining is her main thing, but she's actually pretty well rounded. There's a lot that she can do for us. And other than the fact that she's slothful and a misandrist, she's actually quite good. But she's really not much of a crafter, so it doesn't make sense to have her sleeping there. I don't know who would make more sense over there, though. This is a guest bed. I don't want to keep moving into the guest bedrooms. Like, those are for the visitors, but we can't keep filling them with colonists. Well, I think the first thing I'm going to do is unforbid this so that we'll start getting this fence built. And then I'll need to figure out what we're going to do about this whole prison thing. So I think that would be a good place right there to start the wall, just so there's a little bit of room to walk around the quarry here. And I think what we'll do is make sort of like in, I guess it won't be perfectly L-shaped, but the building's going to go out to here, something like that. But then it'll also have an extension there, and I think that extension is where all the crafting stuff will be, that the prisoners will be running for us. So probably a component fabrication bench, stone cutting bench for sure, because that's a good thing for prisoners to do. Even the smelter would be a good thing for them. We just bring them the steel slag chunks, and they can do the rest. Because that's, you know, dumb labor for the most part. We'll keep the skilled labor to our colonists and let them kind of handle the busy work that needs to be done all the time. Because they're a little bit more efficient at it too. the prisoners don't take breaks nearly as often, especially when there's armed people watching them. So that will increase our efficiency a little bit. I guess to that end, I've already queued this for terraforming. It hasn't been done yet, though. I could ask for some walls to get built. The other thing I'm thinking, though, is I do like having these little... Why is the game lagging? Anyway, I like having these little landings out in front. Patios, whatever you call them. I'm wondering if I should have one over here, too. Like, we have one on this. Only this part, though. So what I could do is bring the fence up a bit. Have our little landing here. Just for the actual building part. I think I like that. It'll break up just having like everything be a perfect rectangle. So that's good. Then we will grab the walls, and I don't know where the door is going to be. How much room do we have here? There's 2 essentially. Well, actually no, it's only 1. I'd like more than 1, maybe 3. Start the wall there. Wall it up. And over we'll have like one big entrance somewhere about here. So where do those meet? There. Okay. Something to that effect. And then out, well, no. Along here is where the wall is going to be. I can bring that out a bit. And then where is this going to end? That's the other question. Like, how deep does this building go? I guess for now that's good enough. We'll just kind of get it started. Until they terraform this, it's going to be almost impossible to do anything because I need to be able to start laying down walls there, and I can't until we have actual stable soil. But that will certainly help us. We won't have to keep the prisoners in the hotel rooms anymore, which will be, you know, obviously a good thing. Frees up more rooms for guests. And then if we do need to put colonists in here temporarily, at least we won't be running out of guest beds. Right, so what time is it? It is 7 in the morning. What better time than to get a raid, or not a raid, but a caravan going. So, I think Riker is like our default choice for the team lead. Who else do we want to send? Gomez has kind of been his partner for these. Don't tell Tails that. Let's see. I mean, she's probably one of our best shots. And given that there's no... Yeah, the thing is, they're both good builders, though. Huh. But she has one of the better guns. Let's see about Marin. Marin, are you more... Nope, you're also a really good builder and a good miner. I'm going to send Gomez, just because she's such a good shot. And Tone, do you want to go? I'll send the 3 of them. And I'd love to send the Gallimimuses, but I don't think they're healthy enough yet. Yeah, maybe not on this one. Oh, we haven't trained them enough either. Okay, packaged survival meals. Let's... How much is 50 gonna get us? Still says 0. Oh, right, because I haven't changed their dietary restrictions. I need to do that. Let's do that first, or it's never gonna tell me what I need to know. So, Riker, you get caravan meals. Gomez, you're also gonna be on caravan. And Tone, caravan. Okay. What are you doing? You burning corpses? Something like that. I almost wonder if it's better to leave him at the base. Bruce, what are you up to? Helping cook, huh? I'm gonna bring Bruce, I think, instead. We'll let Tone keep his kind of busy work up, because we need a lot of cleaning, and that's one of his main jobs. So, I didn't change yours, did I? I did. Let's change that back. Bruce, caravan. Okay. Let's establish a caravan. So again, Riker is our lead. Gomez and Bruce with the big guns, although he's got his knife out right now. 50 packaged survival meals is 14 days worth of food. That's excessive at this point. Let's choose our route. So we were going to do this one. 13 days. Yeah, we don't need nearly that much food. So what, 25 is a week's worth? Let's just do that. That's fine. Medicine. We need medicine. Herbal is fine for these trips. Anything goes super wrong, we're not going to be able to deal with it out in the field that well anyways. So this just to stem the bleeding and make sure it doesn't get infected straight away. And then we lug them back to base and go from there. Right, so I think that's everything we need. Bit of food, bit of medicine, and 3 shooters with good weapons. So off they go. Right, so one last thing, or I don't know if this is the last thing, we have a little bit of time left, but I don't know if I showed this or if this happened before the last episode. So what I've set up here, obviously this has been gated off, and there's a little entrance here, and it's accessible through these little holes in these wooden fences. So basically what'll happen is if we need to maintain this in any way, they'll come out here, go through there, and then into this. And I'm probably going to use this as battery storage since there's space there. And if I wanted to, I could even, fit in a couple more. I don't like having batteries too clustered though. Like 3 is fine, but if I put like 8 of them and one explodes and they all go up, that's kind of a big deal. And 3 does have that risk as well, but 3 isn't 8, so I can live with it. But yeah, so just some minimal battery storage there, and it will be roofed off so that they can access it, whether it's storming outside or what have you, and the batteries won't blow up from the rain or anything. It looks like this is doing fine as well. I guess that little bit of roof is protecting it enough. Caravan away. And let's see, 1.1 days, so that estimate was pretty accurate. Off they go. I'm really looking forward to being able to ride dinosaurs to our destinations. It'll be like Ark, and it looks like at least this Gallimimus is up and about. They're fully tamed. We just need to actually get the obedience and the release training. I think once they have full obedience training, we can ride them. Release training is just for, like sicking them on people, which we probably won't do with these, but I figure if we're going to train them up that much, why not do 2 more and just have the option, even if we never use it. Alright. Marin, before you run off, can you do these, since you don't actually need any material for them? There you go. What's she doing now? Right, I completely forgot about all this mess up here. And what a mess it was. I mentioned this in the last episode, but I don't think we really came to, or I don't know why we decided to wait. But the CQB bench is going to allow us to make certain melee weapons and other things that are part of the Rimunation mod. So we queued one up, but I forbid it. I'm going to go ahead and unforbid it and have them make it soon, and in the next episode maybe we can look at what our options are there. Because I would like to get everybody a decent melee weapon, or at least everybody that can use it somewhat proficiently. If they're like Tone and they have a 0, then probably not worth it, but I hate that. I hate that so much. So the closest thing we have to friends just deteriorated a little bit because, I don't know, because that's the new game mechanic. Anyway, I'd like to start dishing out some decent melee weapons to the people that can actually utilize them. And before I forget, those new animals should be restricted to the same areas of the livestock. I don't want them wandering the hotel, even if they are somewhat trained. And before I forget, I'm going to throw in some terraform orders right there, just to ensure that that gets done. And I guess what we can do is, does that need to be tilled right there? That looks fine to me. We'll grab this, And I think that can be... Sure, that's fine. Right, and I guess that's where we'll call it for today. So, sort of starting to break ground on what's going to be our prison, if we can call it that. Again, without the terraforming done, it'll be difficult to kind of lay things out in a way that we can decide, you know, what we need to do. But I'm thinking maybe bringing it back to like here, where this line of steel is. Make that sort of the upper boundary of it, and then, you know, down and over. So a pretty large building. There'll be a little wing for them to do work. The rest will be obviously mostly housing, but also a small sort of cafeteria type thing so that they can sit and eat. And we'll probably just have a, what do you call it? No, it's under production, isn't it? Nutrient paste dispenser. That way we don't need to waste any time making meals for them or anything. We'll just throw a bit of rice in a hopper and let them, you know, pull a meal from this. Now the prisoners that we're actively trying to recruit might not get thrown in there. We might actually put them up in the hotel, make sure they're getting proper meals and a nice bedroom and stuff like that. But the people that are going to be, you know, kind of lifers, they're going to go in there and they can eat nutrient paste. So, with that, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.